All right, my friend, so someone writes in, I forgot who it was, is a lady. She asks if she should take some gains off the table because the market did so well last year to replenish some of her bucket one, going back to the barbell approach. All right, so let's just say simply, this lady had $100,000 to start 2019. 80,000 was in stocks, 20,000 was in cash, just for simplicity here, because I got a simple mind. I got to keep it simple. Wasn't there a band called Simple Minds from the 80s who, if you heard play, you just want to stick your head down the garbage disposal and turn it on and just jump off a bridge after that into starving sharks when you're bleeding through your head who would eat you alive and rip you up because the 80s music was the worst. People get so mad. Hey, this music was the best. No, it really was not. All right, so let's go back to this. So the 80,000 she had in, we'll just say S&P 500, was up 30%. All right, so that means 30% on 80, that's 24,000, right? Yeah, so she's up to 104, and we have two options here. One will say she's not spending the barbell yet because she's still working. All right, so now she's at 104 on stocks, 20 on cash. Should she take some gains off the table to put into the bucket one? Yeah, if she's not spending it, I would not. I just let it go. And the simple reason for that is because, up 30%, it could be up 5% next year. It could be up down, I don't know. But if you're not spending it and the 20,000 was what you needed to give you 2 or 3 years of expenses, then I wouldn't touch it. Now, if 20,000 wasn't enough, and you say, look, I'm going to need more than 20,000 to live on for 3 years, I absolutely would take gains off the table. All right, because remember, the barbell approach assumes that the cash money you have will cover about 3 years' expenses or more. It can be more. Nothing wrong with less. Nothing wrong with more, excuse me. So you're saying I got enough in cash to cover 3 years. There's no magic to the 3 years. It's just a nice round number. Historically, if you can survive 3 years without having to take your portfolio down by taking distributions, you would have got back to even after 3 years. Not all the time, but historically that would be the case. And generally speaking, 3 years is a good place to start. My preference is 5. All right, so if you need 5 years, man, by all means, take the money off the table and dump it in there. Absolutely. But but I don't want you to have 5 years in cash if that means the majority of your assets are in cash. That's not what we're trying to accomplish here. That's where it gets a little bit dicey. Let's just say you need 5 years of cash, and that's $60,000 going back to this $100,000 portfolio. If you need 5 years cash, $60,000, that means you only got 40,000 in stocks. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to say, look, you need to have 3 years cash, which will be 40,000, and 60,000 in stocks. We don't want your cash dwarfing your stocks. That's not going to get the job done. It just won't. We need you to have more in stocks to take advantage of years like we had last. It's 2017 as well. So if I need the money, I'm absolutely replenishing because I've been spending it on the first bucket of the barbell, bucket one. I've been spending it. Then you absolutely replenish that with selling some stocks without question. That should be non-debatable. In fact, if I'm retired and I'm spending down cash bucket one and I'm up 30%, man, I don't even care if I got 3 years left in there, still in the cash bucket. I'm just taking gains off the table to replenish that, to get to 3 to 4 to 5 years. Absolutely. I think when you get more than 5 years, a little bit overkill, but just, I hope this makes sense. I mean, there's no science to this at all. I do believe in some behavioral psychology here. I know my man Nassim Nicholas Taleb doesn't find that stuff all that attractive. I disagree to some degree, to some regard. I do think there's some behavior that can be adjusted a little bit more beneficially to investors, knowing that they have 5 years of income covered in a cash account. I've just seen that with my very eyes. That's people I've talked to. I've talked to thousands of people in my career, and knowing they have 5 years of cash is very satisfying to them. It takes some of their concern off the table for sure. So anyway, going back, you got 104,000 now. You started the year with 80. That cash account is down to 10. Absolutely. Sell the $24,000. Now you got $24,000 to add to that cash account. So now you're sitting on $34,000 in cash. and 80,000 of stocks. That's not a bad place to be. That's free money, absolutely. Now you could also say, look, I got 20,000 of cash, 104,000 of stocks. Let me just do 50-50. Instead of selling all 24,000, you sell 12. So now I got 32,000 of cash, and again, assuming you didn't spend any, 32,000 of cash and 92,000 of stocks. Nothing wrong with that either. I'm a big believer. Unless you're still building up your cash account by working, if you're still working and you're working for a couple more years, then let the stocks just take care of itself. But I'm a big believer in taking gains when you can get them. That doesn't mean take everything, but locking in some gains, and it's never a bad strategy. Never a bad strategy. All right, hope this helps. Well, I'd love to hear your comments. Thanks, guys.